Hello, everyone. Welcome back to well, it's hard to say welcome back, because this is a rather unexpected video again, isn't it? Well, either way, welcome to my improvised review of Dark Souls. I had no intention of continuing improvised reviews, to be honest, and I don't know if I'll do it after this one, but I kind of thought to myself, hey, I could do an improvised review of Dark Souls. So much like the Celeste quote unquote review, we're kind of just gonna churn through the. We're gonna be role playing a new player's experience with Dark Souls, pretty much, and we're gonna be having a pretty good time with it. We're gonna play it. We're gonna play through the start, play the opening real slow, and kind of like make decisions the same way a new player would. I mean, I'll admit I don't know as much about Dark Souls as I do about Celeste because I love Dark Souls a lot. I played it about a month or two ago. I beat it, and I beat it, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I loved it so much. I'm doing an improvised review. Immediately. Haven't played any other Souls game. Played a tiny bit of Dark Souls 2. It seems pretty good. But yeah. I am. I think it'll be good to kind of dig into the start Dark Souls a tiny little bit and talk about what makes it so perfect and so interesting because I believe that Dark Souls genuinely might have the best opening, like the best little opening part, like the best first hour or so of any video game I played, and I made that whole improvised review on Celeste. It might be better than Celeste, it might be better than Doom, might be better than Super Mario Brothers, might be better than all of that, all of those great openings. Dark Souls has a shockingly really great opening. Um, so I think it'll be fun to talk about. I think we can start. Uh, let's get into it. Maybe you were seeing the maybe you're seeing the opening cinematic as I did that. Um, hang on, let me go back. I have a hang on. I'm gonna delete that. I did that. I did a playthrough of like the start of the game. The other day. I'll delete that. All right. So since this is a pretty new since I only played through this game for the first time rather recently, I actually know exactly what I'm doing. With like I can basically roleplay exactly how I played through the game, so I think it's gonna be fun. We're gonna speed through this, the character creation. I know what I did. The first I picked the knight class. I don't even know what the other classes really look like. I mean, the thief has the master key, which is interesting. But yeah, I picked the knight. I picked the goddamn knight class on my first run. Goddess's blessing, which is not nearly the best gift, but it's what I picked. Let me just there. There we go. Although it is beautiful, we're skipping the opening cinematic. Won't skip this one.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
All right, I just wanted to watch that. I think that's a cool opening cutscene. Cool little shot of the hallway at the start here. We can pillage this corpse. The guy's gone. The guy who threw that guy in is gone. Long gone. Dungeon cell key. How convenient. So yeah. Messes on the ground. Camera controls. But yeah, we have this very elegant little opening, don't we? We have this tiny part here. And then we have this like very slow hallway. It's very it's pretty ominous, don't you think? You definitely don't feel like at home or anything, but it's also really straightforward. A lot of bloodstain here. That's interesting. You like see the ghosts of other players. Was gonna get killed by the first hollow of the game. Goddamn. You learn how to attack, and that's conveniently. Actually, we're not gonna use the lock on yet. We're gonna use the controls as we learn about them. Peculiar looking beast down there. We're gonna be playing like a total noob. Strong attack. There we go. But yeah, these are like the messages of the game that players can write to our players. We're gonna talk about that in a bit. Talk about that a bit more. We could dash, we have like no stamina. We're also really slow. Lock on with the target. Which is much more effective. Alright, so we passed through this tiny little tutorial area. We got a ladder. Much like Celeste opening, I think this whole part right here is particularly the most interesting thing in the world. The little tiny tutorial part. Come to an opening. And a bonfire's in the middle. Rest of the bonfire to recover your HP. This is less sinister. We're in the main courtyard of this of the undead asylum right now. You might be able to see. Ah, there he is. I knew you could see him through that window. I didn't see him at the time, but I know you can see him now. You can see the first boss through that window there. But yeah, we're not obviously we're still not exactly feeling at home right now, but it is very much nicer. We've already been told all the mechanics pretty much. The basic mechanics. We haven't been told about the shield yet because we don't have one. Probably. Yeah. Come out of our hole and come to this much nicer looking area than that dark dungeon. Anyway, though, I put my mic a bit closer to my mouth. We come to this door, and it already feels kind of like triumphant, right? I mean, we obviously haven't battled for a whole lot, but we come here and it feels important more than anything. I don't know if it necessarily feels triumphant. Nothing around for us to really look at. You go in. This is interesting. Have some bloodstains on the ground. Well, I mean, it is definitely sinister to see. Yeah, there we go. See how that player died. It is definitely sinister to see bloodstains in this monstrous room. What-oh? Here's the asylum demon. I'll tell you what I did in my first playthrough. I ran around him. Not like that. Tell you what I did on my very first playthrough. I went to the door here to run away. Because you do like 2 damage to him. It says it's locked, and I thought what you had to do is we had to like get we had to like find a key in one of these like vases, like the Legend of Zelda or whatever. Kind of just did this for a while. I'm gonna do it right here as well. It's not what you're supposed to do. I just want to roleplay the noob. He's gonna get me. I'm letting him get me. I'm humoring him. Humoring him by letting him get me. I know what he's supposed to do. But that's the way I did my first playthrough. I ran all the way to that corner, and I got killed, and I didn't even get most of the phases. Just kind of tumbled around and hit stuff with my shitty broken sword. So my next thought was, alright, let's do something else. I remember I think I started from this side. There you go. And then, ooh! An exit. So you go in there. I think this is so vital. This is so vital. This is like the biggest lesson that the opening of the game teaches you. This gate right here. This is so interesting. I mean, it's hammering in the lesson that if something really is too hard in Dark Souls, you should give up. And I do think that's where a lot of the like discussion of Dark Souls is too hard. I think that's where a lot of it comes from. Like Dark Souls 1 at least, I notice I really don't think like if you allow yourself to give up on bosses, if you allow yourself to look for alternate means of passage, then you really don't have to do that. I think this game forces you to fight a boss at a specific time 5 times? 5, right? And that's including the first boss and the final. Yeah, it's including the first boss and the final boss. And if you got the master key back at the character creation, you can skip another one of those bosses. There's 3 times. There's 2 or 3 times technically in the whole game where the game forces you to fight a boss. I think, but yeah, Dark Souls had. I'm not gonna spoil more. I'm not gonna spoil what I want to talk about. But yeah, I do think this is really interesting. Do you explicitly have to run away from the first boss because your sword's a piece of shit? So yeah, that is the most vital. Get your shield. That is the most vital lesson we've learned from Dark Souls thus far, and it's in the first encounter of the game. There's our shield. You can guard with the shield equipped. Messed up there. Just power through this guy now. Another message. Imminent weapon. Thank you, player. Got some bloodstains here. What does this player do? Oh no, I know what they did. Oh, I know what they did. I know why they're getting. Looks like they're getting hit by a sword. Don't worry about it. Broadsword. Ah, isn't that better, right? Dude, hell yeah. Got a whole broadsword. Alright, so the guy with the arrow has led us all the way up here. And we got it. What's this? What is this mysterious white light? What is this mysterious white light? Well, you'll see in a second. I don't think it takes... Like, okay, we're gonna be talking about, warping level design a little bit. I don't think it takes, a genius to know exactly architecturally where we are in the Undead Asylum right now. The Undead Asylum is very elegantly designed. Like, we go through here. Want to guess where we are? We're on top of the courtyard with the bonfire. As I said, doesn't take. I don't think that takes an architectural genius to really know that. Might go over here, and the player at this point, you might see the stairs here. And you might just be immediately you might immediately. I don't know if you haven't played Dark Souls. I guess let me know how you feel about what I'm about to say. If you see the stairs here, then you might immediately intuit where exactly we're going with this, right? You might exactly immediately intuit that. Teaches us to roll. Our rolling is really bad. Also, I just realized I accidentally rolled in the Asylum Demon fight the first time. Also, this is interesting. This is another really interesting point of the Dark Souls early game. We might go down here and investigate a tiny bit. We might find what's this? A door that leads us back to the start. It wraps around back to the beginning of the area. Can't go back in, even though we have our sword locked by some contraption. Yeah, can't go back in. Yes, obviously gonna go back in. Is the Asylum Demon back up there? Nah, he wouldn't be. He wouldn't be up there. There we go. But yeah, we don't notice this door. It reuses the Soul Bonfire. We can go to and it leads us to a shortcut within part of the level. Dark Souls does shortcuts a lot. It does them a lot, and this is the first example of them, and I think it's really elegant. Because again, like I just think the Undead Asylum is like really intuitive. More than anything, like I think you can I mean, you can't even like roll down there. I think you can easily subconsciously like guess where a lot of stuff's going. Like you see the stairs going down there, and I don't think many players would assume anything other than like it's where we're going. It's like a shortcut. Anyway, if we go up here, gets thrashed by a boulder that I knew was coming. Because I played this game like 3 times. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. I completely forgot. I don't know how I completely forgot. Maybe this is a bad sign because I was too distracted talking about the level design. What we might do when we walk through here is we might notice that there's an area in here, and there's a guy in there. There's a guy in there, and he looks a bit like us, which is pretty epic. Which is pretty epic. You do immediately get a sense that he's not hostile. You do immediately get that sense. Because I mean, as the light shining down on him, he's wearing armor that looks a lot like ours. I think it's literally our armor if we're playing the warrior class. Yeah, it is. And the warrior class is like the default class, so that might be the one you're playing.
Oh, you.
I know what you're saying.
I'll die. I wished you and I. Regrettably, but there isn't that.
Whatever. He gives us Siesta Flask, which is our main mode of healing throughout the whole game.
Oh,
And a key.
no, I would hate to. And thank you.
So do I have that equipped? Oh yeah, it's first. So now we have an actual mode of healing. Oh yeah. He dies. He actually dies if you wait a tiny little bit. You got 100 souls out of it. I don't know why you got. I don't know why I got his souls. I didn't touch him. So, to get back to how the level design is working here. You might notice that we're going like around the back. You might notice that we're like, well, not necessarily around the back. You might notice that we're going past the big chamber which we were in before. Like this whole little area revolves around this chamber. There we go. There's bloodstain here. Where was that? Where's this player? What's the player doing? Did that kill them? That fool killed them? Oh my god. I guess I might teach us that there's full damage in this game. Let's watch that again. Let's see that again. They apparently didn't get their souls. guess they got too confident. You wield the weapon two-handed. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna assume this is a nervous player who wants to use the shield. Alright. Now what's this? Another fog door. Can you believe it? Don't want to enter. Don't want to enter. We're not gonna enter quite yet. I think the bloodstain's inside. Right bumper while falling is a plunging attack. Right bump behind an enemy is critical hit. This is an interesting guy. Can you believe I actually parried on my first attempt in this game? I'm not even joking. I did. Sorry if that sounds kind of pathetic. I did. I don't know how. I have no idea how I got the parry on my first attempt. You just got to know the timing of the enemy hits. But yeah, little tutorial on how to parry. Which, funny enough, it's telling us stuff that's not the most useful here. It's not the most necessary to know. You can't parry any bosses. You can barely plunge attack any bosses. But yeah, I think as I said about the. Let's backtrack. Let's backtrack a tiny bit. As I said about the first fog door, I don't exactly think it's difficult to know where we're going right now, right? Yeah, first fog door. Let's recap. Let's recap everything we've done. We came out. We can't go back there yet. Actually, we can. Well, we don't need to go there. We can just look at it. So we came out the dungeon. It's like down there. It's all the way down there. Came out, used a bonfire, went in, got owned by Asylum Demon. And then we came up around the back here. This guy is back because I rested the bonfire. Came back. Came through a bit more of a dungeony area. And then we walked all the way around. We had a nice little stroll down this roofless prison cell. Came in here. And we got to the we got to the fog door. I think this fog door right here as well is interesting because it does really feel like we're making progress. Like it does feel like you did the right thing for giving up on Asylum Demon on your first try. So yeah, walk in here. And then we realized that we're around the front. So we keep going elegantly around this very, very sweetly designed place. Very nicely designed. We see that there's nothing behind the main hall. We just see this mysterious little entrance, or exit, rather, in our case. See some messages down there. We're not supposed to go down there. And we already... And it doesn't take a massive sense of direction to know that that's what's behind the door that we saw in the Asylum Demon fight. And that this will lead us back to the Asylum Demon. And you're feeling pretty cool, you know. You're feeling pretty cool. You just pounded through so many of these guys, pounded through so many of these lost undead, pounded through so many of them. Just swing your sword, or doing whatever you did for your class to kill all of them really easily. Anyway, but yeah, we get here and it definitely feels it's exciting. It's exciting more than anything. It's exciting we're gonna kill the Asylum Demon and like get our revenge. I guess it's thrilling. All right. Let's head inside. Also, note that it told us about the plunging attack, and we got him. You can get the plunging attack on the Asylum Demon. He's one of, like, I think 2 bosses you can do it in. No, 3. Yeah, 3. This guy's a chump. You're likely to beat him on your, even if you're new to the game, you're likely to beat, you're really likely to beat him on your first try. I mean, okay, I admit I think I beat him on my second try. I mean, I missed because I noticed him. I noticed him just kind of sitting there. And I was like, I kind of just stood at the top of where the fog gate door was. Fog door. Foghorn. Look at this idiot! Look at this idiot! We got him. Look at this absolute dirtbag. What a chump. What an absolute chump. And now we can... This automatically opens, and we can kind of connect the whole area, pretty much. Connect the whole straight line through this whole area. Dark Souls isn't broken up into levels like this, as I've established. It's very much more, very connected. Which again we've established with the whole, with the gate over there, with the whole thing over there. So that's our opening. Fatty ahead. We got a few bloodstains over here. Oh, I know where they are. Big Pilgrim's Key. Good job, go straight ahead. And that is the prologue of Dark Souls, pretty much, like the tutorial, I guess. So let's establish what we've learned so far about Dark Souls. Just from the Undead Asylum, it has elegantly it's told us its controls through this leisurely little opening segment. We've learned several vital lessons about how the game's flow is going to work. Most importantly, that it's okay to give up. But giving up is okay. You're not supposed to be like stubborn. You're not supposed to you're not supposed to just bang your head on something if it's too hard. You're really not. Oh, one of these idiot little zombie men, Doom zombie man is following me. Weird. But yeah, you're supposed to give up if something looks too hard. Nothing will ever be too ridiculous as long as you just kind of keep up with your kind of just do the basic stuff to keep up with your weapons and stuff. And it's told us that the world is continuous, pretty much. It's not necessarily a linear Castlevania game. We step up here, and we're already around here. Get a shortcut. Step around here, all the way around. Go to the right of this chamber. Get to the top. Kill the Asylum Demon. And you feel great for killing the Asylum Demon, because you're using the sword. And you're just completely nailing all of the enemies. But yeah, the most important thing about this is easily that it introduces you to... We're gonna be introduced to this again in a tiny bit. Well, introduced to it again. We're gonna be taught this lesson again that you should give up in a tiny little bit. That lesson's more subtle, and it took me personally quite a bit more time to get it. But yeah, good job. Go straight ahead. We get this cool walk away. We're feeling so cool. We're feeling so cool for beating this whole part. At least I was. Getting revenge on Asylum Demon. You know. Good luck. Be wary of fire. The joke is that as a bird. Anyway, we're going to skip this cutscene. Bird takes us to the main area of the game. Filing Shrine. Lord, you're in level up and kindle up bonfires. That's kind of weird. It just throws that message on the screen as if we weren't going to rest at a bonfire here. We're going to put all our souls on strength. We're going to do that. I don't know if that's what I did. I can't remember if that's exactly what I did in my first playthrough, but it's what we're going to do here. We see a guy. We see another guy, a second guy who looks a bit like us. Who looks friendly, because he's not attacking us.
Well, let me get, but there's no salvation. Well, there are.
Yeah, 2000 Awakening.
Things up above.
Undead Church, Base of Blighttown.
Not much to
We're not going to ring either of those today. But it's cool to know. So, we head over here.
Hello there. I am Petrus of Thurland. If not, I'd prefer to keep it.
I think this is literally the only time I talked to him in my entire first playthrough. I literally just heard that and I was like, okay. And I walked away. I didn't get any miracles until my New Game Plus playthrough. Maybe I think I got some, but none from him. So this is where I went on my first playthrough. There's a few ways to go in Fire Link, but I picked what I called at the time was the most intuitive path. Went down here. Went out through this little hole. Tiny little passage. Interesting. There's a ghost here. Seeing the spirit of another player. And I took out what was in these chests. Wood bone. Morning Star and Talisman. I think I equipped the Morning Star. No, I did equip the Morning Star. I know I did. But I don't think that's really efficient. I think the Greatsword attacks faster. So it has one more. Oh yeah. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, I'm gonna use the broadsword instead. Got a talisman as well, which is used for miracles. You can buy one from Petrus Forland over there. Or it's talisman. Kind of an ominous little area here. This isn't. You don't necessarily have to get to here. It's not like Dark Souls has been leading us in necessarily, but it is kind of a bit of a ominous area, and you can't go back. Can't go back if you decide to fall down there. You're stuck down here. Let's head down there anyway. What-oh? That ain't a lot of damage, is it? And we have a mysterious status effect that's building up. Have a bloodstain here. What does the player do? Die to the Scatty boys? Looks like it. But yeah, you have to wake these guys up if you come through here. How did I get 10 Estus flasks? Because the first bonfire automatically kindled. Ah, he got me. That wasn't even really it wasn't even really a death for demonstration. He did just actually get me. There you go. Wake up back here. We don't need to get those souls back. We don't need them. So yeah, you might notice that you can't really go there. It took me so much. I'm not even gonna lie. I was an idiot when I did my first Dark Souls playthrough. I think everyone's a bit of an idiot when they do the first Dark Souls playthrough, right? Like that's kind of the thing of it. Like you're supposed to be kind of dumb. You're supposed to do kind of stupid things that you look back on a second playthrough and you're just like, dude. But yeah, oh yeah, you can come through there as well. There's like a little passage there and you can fight Skeleton boys that way. That needs to like a pretty endgame area. I went like all the way in. There's like a path down to the left, and you can get Blighttown down there, one of the places. You don't know it yet, but there's Blighttown down there. But yeah, I did go pretty far in. I actually did go pretty far in. Hilariously enough. It took a long time for me to notice that the catacombs was not the right way, because you can't even kill the enemies. They get back up once you start doing that. I love the Dark Souls pulls this little bluff on you, kinda. Cause you might, I mean, there's obviously a chance you might notice where you're actually supposed to go on your first run, but on your first time, but I didn't, and I know, and I imagine other people didn't. I wanted to read the message, but alright. Good luck. Good luck. You guys say good luck as well? Imminent feat? I mean, yeah, he's over there. But yeah, what you're supposed to do is go up there. And, you might, there's a fair chance you might not notice that, as this staircase does kind of blend into the environment a little bit. But I love that it does that. I love that Dark Souls kind of lies to you and tells you to go elsewhere to catacombs, and this is where it's really getting you to kind of think for yourself, because like in the Asylum Demon, it's all very staged. You have a terrible weapon that does like 2 damage. You have a the true, there's only one true way forward from the Asylum Demon, and it's through that, and it's all lit up. But this is where Dark Souls is really making you think for yourself. You can get quite far into the catacombs if you want to. Like, you really can. You can get all the way into Tomb of the Giants, which is a endgame area. You can get all the way there. you can kill Pinwheel, the boss of the area and everything, if you really wanted to. But you're probably not going to. You're probably going to get to a pretty early part of the catacombs. You might get to the bonfire as I did, before you realize that it's definitely not the right way to go, and that you should avoid the skeletons. That you should avoid the skeletons. Avoid the skeletons. For now. You do know that you'll get your revenge, because you did see there's a lot of stuff in there. But that's much later. Much later in the game. So yeah, I love that Dark Souls does not immediately convey to you exactly where you're supposed to go right here. Because again, it's much less staged. This lesson right here, the lesson of going to the catacombs in the early game, is much less staged than the Asylum Demon thing. And it's really making you think. Anyway, this is a reassuring sight, isn't it? Look at these bozos. You're like the guys are fighting back in the Asylum Demon. They died to a few hits. And you might come here after trying the catacombs, and it feels really refreshing. Go away. No Estus Flask for you. Soul of the Lost Undead. See a guy up there throwing firebombs down on us, but he's not doing much damage. There we go. This feels really good. This feels great. This whole chunk of the game feels really great. Soul of the Lost Undead. A rat down here, who's not hostile for some reason. Big rat. Big old rat boy. Alright, we're going to make it to our first new area, pretty much. Head up here. Made it to the Undead Berg. And again, you feel great. This is such a, like... Much like the in Asylum, the Asylum, Undead Asylum, after you get your sword, you feel really strong. Like you're just powering through all the little enemies here. You're using your sword. We see the white light here again. We do see the white light, but it's not sinister. It doesn't feel sinister. We don't, right? Because we're so on top of everything, and there's no enemies around. Nothing that can hurt us. Nothing that can hurt us at all. It's like a, but yeah, it feels a bit like a, I don't know, like a classic Doom level in a way, like one of John Romero's episode 1 levels, like E1M2 or E1M3, where it's kind of pounding through with the shotgun, shooting zombie men and imps. By the way, if anyone does get a dragon here, which is interesting, does remind you to be humble. That dragon might give you a little bit of a scare. It did for me. By the way, if anyone does comment about how oh, don't compare other games to Dark Souls, there's a good chance I will delete your comment. I will delete it, even if it is a joke. So I know someone's gonna hear that and comment it as a joke. I'm gonna delete that too. Sorry. Let me talk about Dark Souls like it's any other game. I would have said that if this was any other game. So yeah, we got this little area here. Still pounding through. Get a little bit of a different area you can go to. I remember I did not go there first. I wanted to keep going forward. You can head in here. Wound shield. Is that better than our shield? Doesn't sound like it. No, it is not. Using Estus. What we probably do notice though is that there's a bonfire up in this little room here. Got that lit, and we have a new part. We've made a new home pretty much. We've proven ourselves from the Firelink Shrine to the first part of the Undead Berg, and again it feels powerful. What we might note, this room is peculiar. This room is very peculiar. What we might notice is that there are stairs going up here. Can't do much about it right now, but we might notice that there are stairs. We might even notice that there's a ladder up there and more stairs up there, which is going to be interesting later. Hello, sir. Sometimes you see ghosts as you hello, another sir. You see ghosts, you do that. The enemies come back, but they are no match. Absolutely no match. They have nothing. Look at these idiots. Look at these idiots. However, we do get here, and it does feel a bit more sinister. This part feels more intimidating. We've got this kind of narrow walkway here. We've got 2 guys throwing firebombs down on us. 3 guys throwing firebombs down on us. We come in here. And we might be getting we might be getting a tiny bit overwhelmed here. Of course, I'm still pounding through like I'm like a Final Fantasy level 100. But you might die here once or twice if you're not completely familiar with the controls. And that's also a beautiful thing. Even though this game does have like a leveling system, actually we have a lot of souls. We could level up. Even though this game does have like a leveling system, it's telling you early that like your own experience is the experience points more than anything else. Can I level up? I can level up. Gotta keep leveling up strength. Gonna be a hardcore meathead. It's gonna be such a bonehead. Yeah, even though this game does have a leveling system, it's immediately telling you that what's most valuable is your own skill. It's more. It feels much more of an action game than an RPG. It feels more like a. It feels more like trying to think of something. The point is, it feels more like an action game than an RPG. It doesn't feel like a. Like you rarely really have to grind for souls or whatever. Also, I'm not going to take the armor off because I didn't take the armor off until much later in my Dark Souls 1 playthrough, and I was fat rolling the whole time, like a bozo. Didn't notice, so I'm gonna be fat rolling here. But yeah, as I've said, you can forgive yourself for making mistakes in Dark Souls. You can, and you should forgive yourself for making mistakes in Dark Souls. Chest here. Black fireball. Isn't that something? Now we can use the same weapons that the enemies are using. Never used firebombs, that's my first Dark Souls playthrough. We're not gonna be using them here. Few bloodstains. This player clearly got killed by player was clearly rushed through here, over here, and got killed by a an undead. But yeah, this part feels much more sinister. Like the part's more closed, but it's a bit darker. There's this indoors part, which is darker as well, naturally. Compared to the look how sunny the whole first part is. The whole first part of the area is. It's just a complete straight line up until the bonfire. But then you get here and it's like snaking a tiny bit. There's a door. We can't enter. Does not open to the side. So yeah, we do feel a bit less at home right now. The first part of the undead bug does make you feel very at home though. See, look, 3 guys all at once. Isn't that something? The player probably is dying quite a bit at this point. But it's all worth it. But yeah, I know I said I was gonna be using like noob moves. I have enough for a I have enough souls for another level up, but I'm not gonna get it. Not gonna get it because I don't want to. Because I could be grinding right here all day. And again, you're not supposed to grind. Well, not you're not supposed to grind. You can grind if you want, and it's good to grind if you need like a certain thing. There we go. Again, another kind of sinister little area here. This is much darker. We're in a much more precarious situation. Not necessarily precarious, much more, like... Can I get a critical hit on this guy? Is he gonna turn around? Nah, he's not. Get your goddamn sword down. I don't want to die an undead bug. Even with my, There we go. That's more like it. This is interesting as well. There's a guy down here. But this is getting pretty scary, don't you think? Like, we've got this whole dark area. We might even look up and notice that we can see this massive castle there. I think you can see that from earlier, right? You can see that place called Anolondo. You can see Anolondo earlier, right? I think you can. See a lot of areas. Why is that blue in there? Oh, I think it's just a weird. Yeah, it's a weird reflection on the rails. Confused me for a sec. We come up here. Oh man! Look at that! What's that about? They hit us! Can you believe it? I can believe it because I knew it. I can believe it because I knew it was coming. They didn't do anything about it. But yeah, it's getting kind of scary up here, don't you think? It's getting pretty unnerving. Like, even though the enemies aren't changing, maybe we still feel pretty cool for going through this part. Maybe we do. But we are getting a lot more enemies. We're getting more enemies. Oh, am I stuck here? I don't think I've ever been down here before. Where is this? What? Oh, okay then. Weird. I don't think I ever went down there. That's interesting. I'm not gonna piss that guy off. Don't. Oh shit! He found me. Can I kill him? Dude, 13. He's probably gonna own us. Unless I can run away fast enough for it to lose interest. He is not losing interest. Did not want to talk to that guy. We could just rest at the bonfire and we can just pound our way back. Go away. What? That's okay. This is a blooper if I've ever seen it. This is weird. He's not supposed to be here. He is not supposed to be here. He didn't go away. Can you believe the audacity? We're doing like no damage to him. Yeah, we're gonna die. Just kill me. Yeah, there we go. Ah, man, I did not expect that. How did he get all the way back there? How did he survive the bonfire? He just didn't care about the bonfire. He just came in anyway. I was resting there. There we go. I guess while we're here, we can level up, even though I didn't want to go all the way back again. Level up. Hardcore Buckethead. More strength. Alright, let's head back. Again, also, this is interesting. We do get to talk about something I want to talk about. Like, you don't even have to kill the enemies here. You can just kind of pound through this, right? Like, look at all this. Look at all this. I mean, they're gonna get us. And I do want to slow down a little bit and talk, so it's probably pretty bad. But you can just battle through here. And it feels really good. It feels really good. This is important for like a tiny bit. But yeah, you can really just like pound through here. Are they even following us? Longsword. Is that what I have? I have a broadsword. Accidentally kicked. That's a noob mistake, but I still kind of make it. To be completely honest. There we go. That's a bit worse. We're gonna keep using the broadsword. Alright, I think they stopped following us. I think that's all the enemies. You can just... They follow you for a long time as well. Like, you can't really escape them. Okay, these idiots aren't. I mean, they're probably... hang on, let's go. That was a miss. Playing really sloppy right now. Alright, let me get him. How do you get us? How do I get his attention? He's up on the part with the... He's up on the scaffolding. Look at that idiot over there. Trying to shoot us, but can't. But yeah, I do think this is important. Also, this is definitely starting to feel a bit more try rolling. You can roll into the barrels. I don't know why they told us to try rolling. Nothing in here. Uh-oh. Now, you might be now, the player might be a little nervous seeing this, right? This is, kind of an intimidating, point. Because we like, busted our way through so many enemies. Busted our way through so many. And it's a rather, like, can we see this from the outside? Yeah, like, right at the top of this, right at the top of that part, right there. You might be able to gather that if you go back and look from the outside. But we went through this rather sinister, like, kind of misshapen part compared to the very, light, very light, very open part earlier, where you can just kind of kill everything. You can still kill everything here very easily. But you're probably taking more hits. You might have died a few times to get here. You probably have, if you're a new player. I think I did. I think I died a few times to get to the first fight. The fight here. Spoiler alert, it is a boss fight. But yeah, you get all the way here, and this feels very unlike the first fog door, you're probably feeling pretty nervous. And look at that over there, another fog door. Isn't that intimidating? It does feel like there's something here that's gonna be too fog. Because I mean, the last time we saw it was like kind of separated the first part of the Undead Burg from the second part. So it's like there's gonna be a whole third part of it right here. Gotta take a nice draw. No enemies here, except interesting. It's gathering our attention to a vantage point. Also, you can see a lot of the area from there. You can see so much of this game from like this exact watchtower. There we go. Again, the player's probably not doing that. Try jumping off. We're gonna see what that player means in a tiny bit. Anyway, yeah, this player is probably cautious, probably anticipating a boss fight. Probably anticipating one. We're just gonna stroll through here. What? Isn't this bad? He's got a big hammer and everything. It's a silent tourist demon. However, if we remember from the Asylum Demon, we might think to do this. And that feels really good. You can keep doing that if you want. Can I get past him without taking damage? No, I can't. Well, I think what I did in my first paper is I led him all the way up here and just fought him up here. But yeah, see? Like, there's a cheese to it and everything. Kind of. Well, it's intended cheese. Let me actually drag him away a tiny bit. Drag him away from the ladder. Playing really clumsy. Intentionally or otherwise. But yeah, look how much damage we're doing to this guy. Look at this guy's health pool. And yeah, this is what I believe what this player meant right here. That's another one. All right, I don't think we need to go back up there again. I think we just thrash him. How much damage do we do this guy anyway? $45, damn. Actually, you know what? How about we get a little creative? That is not a little creative. If I like to be Asylum Demon, that's... Taurus Demon, that's fine. I have something else I want to say anyway. Ah, man, I'm not used to having no poise. There we go, we got him. Anyway, here's something I want to talk about, which I'm scared that if this interview goes on a whole lot longer, I will miss and not mention. I love this. I love this part right here. Try jumping off. I want to talk about the message system a tiny little bit. So I do believe that the message system was inspired by an old, inspired by like a specific part of like Japanese arcade culture, whereas like I think a lot of, I don't have a whole lot of evidence to back this up, I'm afraid, but where like a whole lot of arcades would come with like notepads where players could like write notes to other players, and eventually a game came along that kind of took advantage of it, which was Draga, and Draga is like ridiculously obscure. Right? Like that's such an obscure game. Let's get a as the Dark Souls message system would say, gorgeous view of this part of the game right here. But yeah, Draga came along. Draga is very obscure and is a very obscure game. Well, not as in like it's hard to beat, and like it's like a lot of the stuff you have to do to beat it is really nonsense. Like go to the top of the level and then go down to get the chest in this floor, whatever. So I do think that's what the Dark Souls messages are calling back to. You're supposed to kind of look up guides. You're supposed to kind of find exploits like that. You're supposed to like do the plunging attack on the Taurus Demon to do massive damage several times. That's what you're supposed to do. The Taurus Demon does come up here, and you can fight him if you want to. So. Alright. Let me go back to my Estus Flask. I might use one of my gifts. Because I need a tiny bit of health for this next part. I don't have any. And there's not a bonfire coming up for a tiny little bit. But we have to go through some damage first. I'll use a Divine Blessing. That's a terrible gift. Never get the Divine Blessing. I'm not going to spoil what gifts you should get, because I want you to pick for yourself, but Divine Blessing is bad. Is it going to say I did it? Item ahead. Rolling ahead. I'll show you rolling. Whee! There we go. Now, I will admit that the Asylum, I keep saying Asylum, Taurus Demon. Oh, here's our good friend Solaire. Praise the sun. Here's our good friend Solaire down here. We're not going to talk to him. We don't need to. So I remember I was actually pretty on edge beating the Asylum Demon. I don't know if I had any Estus Flasks left. I had a good amount of health. I don't know if I had any Estus Flasks. And I came in with 10 as well. Oh my god, you can see the Duke's Archives from down here. No way. You can see so much of this game all the time. Love it. That is obviously a much more a much larger scale version of what we did back at the start of the game, where we kind of gathered shortcuts and stuff. Where you kind of like went back to the start of the the Undead Asylum. Went back to the start of the Undead Asylum. We were like at the top. We were like at the top of it, and then we took a different path to get inside. We got a sword. It's just like that. That's so it's a much larger scale version of that. And you only notice this later in the game as well when you realize you can actually go up there, and these are significant places with like bosses and stuff in them. It's really cool. It's really cool. So yeah, I remember being pretty on edge when we got here. Just faced this massive thing, and I don't know if anything else gonna come along and get me. Um, even I was even scared of these. I was even scared of these idiots here. But staying right here. What does this person do? Just run right in. Whoa! Yeah, that got me good when I first played the game. I'll admit that. My scramble a little bit. Run down here, and I'll admit this did kind of surprise me. This did kind of surprise me when I was first playing. Maybe you're keeping score of exactly where we are, like on the interconnected map, and if you are, you'll notice. Kick down the ladder. We are right back here. Right back at the undead berg. Right back. And again, that is a surprising shortcut. I love that shortcut. Again, it reuses again the bonfire. It's reused. The bonfire is reused, and I like that. We finally get closure on what's up with this peculiar room. And yeah, we've been going for just about exactly an hour now. Let's end with this shot of try aha, aha. You should try the tail. Yeah, that is a good idea. Get a bow and arrow, come back, shoot off the tail for a great sword. Really, really good sword. Let's end with the shot of the tail. I think that's fitting. So yeah, that is my kind of improvised review of Dark Souls. I think this has pretty much everything super great and interesting. Pretty much everything super great and interesting about Dark Souls. I think it's genuinely right here in this little opening part. Like basically right up until you kick down the ladder after this horse demon fight and get the first major shortcut. Pretty much in the main world. The shortcut from the Undead Berg up to this little underbridge passage, which is where you're supposed to go to avoid the dragon. Yeah, I don't exactly know how to end this. I'm glad I didn't say I'm gonna beat the whole game this time, and then I didn't, because I was never gonna beat all the Dark Souls in one video, much less talking like this. Like I could get here in a good 20 minutes if it wasn't just talking the entire time. I played it real slow. Played it real nice and slow. But yeah, I'll admit I did not exactly know where this part right here was going, where I was going down here, but I do think you can kind of intuit. You can intuit it. Like you probably noticed the bridge multiple times as you're coming through here, because it is very big bridge, and it does feel triumphant when you're finally on it. I'll give it that. So maybe you noticed, but I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think I noticed for this part that that bonfire room is directly under the bridge. So yeah, but yeah, get a bow and arrow, shoot off the Drake's tail. Yeah, I don't exactly know what to say. I do think, but yeah, I do think this was. I think I did a pretty good job talking about why I like the opening of this game as much as I do, in a pretty chilled out, slow kind of way. A lot of clever stuff going on here to kind of get you in the Dark Souls mindset, pretty much. Tons of interesting stuff. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video, if I'm being completely honest. I don't think I want to go much further. I think this part outlines everything great. Everything great and interesting to report about Dark Souls. Dark Souls 1 at least. Because I played in the other games. It's all right there. All right there in this little hour-long video. I suppose I don't know if I'll do an improvised review again. It would be cool if I don't exactly have stuff in mind for improvised reviews or anything, but this was cool. This was cool. It was good to do it. But yeah, I don't know if and when I'll do this again. If and when I'll do another improvised review, because again, I only did this I only intended Celeste to be Celeste to be the only improvised review, but then I got ideas to do something like that for Dark Souls, and then I did it for Dark Souls. Um. All right. Again, as I said, kind of an awkward ending to the video. But yeah, I will see you around. Yeah, see ya.